This is my number one hit music station.
Your number one hit music station.
It's not just a bunch of words, it's what we do.
It's who we are.
I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. It's my right to be hellish. I still get jealous.
Just awesome music.
All the hits.
Why the cameras all over me?
Yo, I wear my own garms. Yo, I wear my own garms. I've got so many clothes I keep them in my aunt's house.
She looks fly. She looks fly.
Yeah, I got on sneaks, but I need a new pair.
Yeah. All the hits. Your hit music station.
The feed.
Get more online. Keep updated with our Facebook page.
Don't stop. Don't break it.
All right, 11 minutes are gone after. Right, it's after what? All right, it's 11 minutes are gone after 4 p.m. Welcome to the 1873 FM radio. Right, and welcome to the second segment of the Blockkoin story of vision. Right, this is part 2. Last week on the show, we had Mr. Whisper Ganya, actually, who introduced us to Blockkoin and shared valuable information about the cryptocurrency industry. Right, and if you missed the first segment that we had, you can actually head over to the 1873 FM SoundCloud page, where you'll be able to catch the last week show with Mr. Whisper Gwanya, who joined us on the show. Today, we're back with Whisper in the studio to tell us more about the vision of Blockkoin and how Blockkoin products and services will impact Africa. Mr. Whisper, welcome to the Drive Time on the 1873 FM.
Thank you so much for having me, DJ Wildfire. I'm so excited to be back on your show.
No, I'm really excited for the second segment that we've got today. Talking about the vision of a Blockkoin. What is a Blockkoin's vision for Africa?
Right. So Blockkoin's vision for Africa, it's really about empowerment. You know, over the years, we've heard, politicians, our governments talking about empowerment, but we have seen very little. Mm-hmm. And, you know my heart for Africa. You know how passionate I am about Africa. And we want to make sure that everybody on this beautiful continent gets an opportunity to be part of real empowerment. So for us, it's really about empowering, everyone, not just a few people in the cities, but we're talking about, that farmer, we're talking about, that peasant farmer deep down in the rural village who has been forgotten about. We want to empower everybody. We want everybody to be part of real empowerment. And that's the vision of Blockkoin. We want to make sure that nobody gets left behind. Everybody gets to participate. Everybody gets a free, equal share. And for them to actually become part of something that's going to transform their lives. And we haven't seen that in a long time in Africa. In fact, what we have seen is just stories and not the implementation of that, especially from different governments and so forth.
Okay, and for the benefit of our listeners who have never heard of a Blockkoin technology before, please can you explain what it is and what it can do?
Okay, so blockchain, it is a new technology. Just to put it in simple terms, what it does really is to give people freedom of movement of assets or transactions, that are going to be, secure. What we have seen over the years is where, for example, assets or money get transferred by banks and financial institutions. That's what we have seen over the years. What we are getting into, or what blockchain does, is to allow basically people like yourself and myself to do transactions, be able to, send assets or send money between you and myself, and it is secure, it is protected, so there's no tampering of that system that can happen whilst we're doing that process. So there is total transparency. There's guarantee. You can literally be able to follow up the entire transaction to see exactly what transpired. So it's secure, it's safe. It is a technology. It's a new technology, just like where we're coming from the internet. This is just a new technology, which is also secure to do transactions. It just gives people freedom away from other people like, the banking industry that's been running the show, for the past decades.
Now, very interesting indeed. And can you tell us how Blockcoin products and services will solve some of the problems that Africa is currently facing?
Very good question. Africa, some of the biggest problems we've heard over the years. I was reading an article the other day, and I'm sure you know about this. Just talking about people in the diaspora only. We have every year close to about $48 billion coming into Africa from other countries, being remitted into Africa, right? $48 billion. Now, you must understand that, almost about 9% of that goes back to pay the companies that are doing those remittances. Why should we do that? Think about it. It's a lot of money, $48 billion being remitted to Africa. But there's a percentage which is quite big, 5 to about 9% that big companies are charging to remit money, into Africa. That money goes back to those companies. That's not empowering anyone. If we're talking empowerment in Africa, and this is what we are trying to do, and this is what we're going to do with Blockcoin, is to make sure, that, there's very little that people actually, pay when they're doing transactions. Close to nothing. Let's open up that space so that people can transact, people in the diaspora can send money to Africa, but being charged very little, almost close to nothing. That's what we want, and that's how you empower people. That's problem number one. Number two, we've seen it. Myself, staying in South Africa, I always send money across the continent, okay, over the years. And we've seen the problems with that. Again, the charges that we get charged when we are sending money out, anything between 4 to about 9% sending money. That's a lot of money that instead of investing that money into something else, is now being swallowed by remittance companies. And these are the problems that we want to solve. Another big problem that we see, which is very common, is that close to about 1 billion Africans do not have bank accounts, and most of these people are deep down in the rural areas where the bank has forgotten about such people. What we are saying is, with Blockcoin, we have a very simple wallet that everyone, as long as you have a cell phone, you'll be able to have an account wherever you are, deep down in the village. You don't have to go anywhere. While you're there, you'll be able to transact, send money, receive money, and these are the problems that we want to solve. Because if we're serious about empowering everybody in Africa, we cannot only focus on few people in the cities, but we have to make sure that each and everyone is gets to participate in that. I'm sure you have sent money in the past yourself, yeah?
Yes, all the time. All the time I do send money. Yeah?
All the time. And how has been your experience? Do you remember what you were actually charged when you send money, or do you know what you're being charged out there when you send money? Because I know sometimes. Yes, go ahead.
To be honest, I really don't remember. Or let me just be frank and say, at times I really don't pay much attention to how much extra I'm being charged.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And can I tell you something? And that's not just you. There's so many people, not just in South Africa, but across the African continent, across the globe, that are trying to send money elsewhere. But because the need is so much greater to send the money, they completely ignore how much that that they're actually being charged, and that's
Mhm.
it's a lot. People are being charged, like what I said, anything from 5% to 9% of whatever you are sending out. Now that's a lot of money that you can actually use to do other things, and this is what Blockcoin seeks to address, to make sure that when you are sending money to your mom next time, okay, she will have a wallet which she will get on our platform for free, and she'll be able to, you'll be able to send directly to her wallet, and you'll be charged close to nothing. And this is how you empower people. You don't empower people by taking whatever they're making, because when you look at the tradition of the banks in the present moment, they're making a killing from our people, and by giving loans and all these things, get people in debt for the rest of their lives. People are just working to clear debt. But we are saying let's cut out all this, all the interest rates, all the bank charges, just to Africa is a very entrepreneurial continent. I'm sure you're aware. Everybody's selling fruit. People are doing a lot of entrepreneurship work, but just to open a normal bank account out there, comes with a lot of cost. If you put money today in a normal business account, after 3 days, that money is actually gone. Instead of you gaining money, you're actually now owing the bank. And these are the things that we were saying no to. As Blockcoin, we want to make sure that each and everyone who is an entrepreneur, women, young people, you want to do a small business, whatever you're running, a spaza shop, or whether you're doing whatever you do, you'll be able to have a wallet, and you can store and you can save your money in there, in that wallet. And whenever you want to get it, you can get it, and you're not losing anything to bank charges and so forth, which has been some of the biggest issues we've seen in this continent. And those are the problems that we seek to address.
I mean, you're touching on the issue of bank charges. I think those are really, really a headache. I used not to pay attention when I send e-wallet, until I realized I'm actually being charged over 12 Rand just to send an e-wallet. And the recipient of the money incurs no cost, but it's at the sender's end where you really incur these costs. And if you don't really pay attention, if you send a lot of e-wallet like I do, you realize that at the end of the month, you've actually been charged almost 200 Rand worth of e-wallet that the other person at the end of or the recipient doesn't incur. So it's really interesting that Blockcoin is coming in and making a difference.
That's correct. Now you think about it. You work it out. In a year's time, how much are you spending on this platform when you're sending money? That's quite a lot. Now think about the population we have. When you look at how many people are doing those kind of transactions, in the continent. If you look at that amount that's being spent just to send all that, people tomorrow can actually start, a successful farming project with this amount that we're talking about right now. And this is why, we are not moving forward as a continent. We're not moving forward because we're not paying attention to how much money we are losing, in transactions, how much money is being taken from us, from the banks, when we send money for just running a simple account. But again, the great thing about this time that we are in, my passion for Africa, my heart for Africa, and what I stand for. I really stand for, a well-developed Africa where each and everybody can have an opportunity, to grow their businesses, an opportunity for them to become who they are, to be proud, and for people to be able to do that. We are creating these platforms. This platform, Blockcoin, will be able to give people power back, so that people can actually be able to transact without being charged. What we have seen over the years, people will be able to send money deep down into the rural areas or wherever they want to send it, for that matter, without being charged so much. We have people here in South Africa from different countries, and again, we have seen every end of the month, when you go to the banks, there's so many queues there. When you go to shops, there's so many queues there. Why? Because people are trying to send money to their family members in Africa, in Pakistan, wherever they are. They're trying to send money there, and it's long, it's tedious, it's frustrating, it takes time away. We are saying with Blockcoin, while it's sitting at home, you'll be able to do that transaction in less than 5 minutes. all right, and you're charged less. So that's how we intend to empower our people and everybody else.
It sounds like Blockcoin platform offers a lot of great opportunities, opportunities actually that people need. What should our listeners do if they want actually to be part of any Blockcoin products and services that you've discussed with us today?
Wonderful. I'm so happy that you touched on opportunities. We really do care for people. Another thing that you just spoke about now, and I'm sure you were. I know we spoke about this last week. You know, with what has happened with COVID-19 and so on, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people are just trying to find out what next to do and so forth. What we've done, we're opening our platform as Blockcoin to give people an opportunity where they can participate when you bring in someone to become part of our business. You get a certain you actually gonna get paid for doing that. So it's to open and give people an opportunity so that instead of you just sitting at home not doing anything, you'll be able to work on our platform. For bringing in people, you get something. When you trade, you get something. So these are all opportunities that we're giving out to people so that nobody gets left behind. Besides doing all these things, you become part of something that you'll be proud of, because each and every single action you make, you get rewarded for it. To get hold of us, it's very simple. You go on our website. It's www.blockcoin.io. Okay, I'll repeat that again. www.blockcoin.io. Or they can also follow us on our Facebook page, Blockcoin, and also on our Instagram page, Blockcoin. I'm also on our social platforms. I'm on Facebook as Whisper Ganya, on Twitter as @WhisperMGanya, and on Instagram, Whisper Ganya.
Right. No, thank you so much, Whisper, for joining us. We're back next week. I think we've got two segments, one at 11 and the other one at 4 next week.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that. Let's take Africa to greater heights, and we can only start doing that by making sure that nobody gets left behind. I mean, we cannot continue to have a situation where, over almost 1 billion people are unbanked and nobody is doing anything about that situation. We're here to address that. We want to make sure that everybody never gets left behind. Our idea is to make sure that we are saving, the problems, that are there in the communities. If you want to send money to another country, why is it supposed to be difficult? Why should you be charged so much money for sending money that you've worked so hard for? Why should you be paid? Why should you pay an arm and a leg to send that money? It doesn't make sense. And this is what we're trying to address. And I want to thank you so much for the opportunity to be on your show once again.
Right. No, thank you so much. And to our listeners, you actually stand a chance to win some coins. All you have to do is to enter the competition, you need to download the Blockcoin app, actually mobile app. You can find it on Google Play or the App Store. Register using the affiliate code, which is FM1873. So when you download the Blockcoin app, it will ask for an affiliate code. The code that you use is FM1873. And make sure that you tune in next week at same time for more details. You might get yourself some fancy Blockcoin, and you got some ka-ching ching for the weekend. Whisper, once again, thank you so much.
Just before I go, if people, just one more thing I wanted to say is that I've got some really good news for next week. There's an announcement that we're going to make, because look, we just don't want to talk about stuff, but we also want to get to start empowering people. So there's exciting news. And it's a surprise, and we'll talk about it next week. So I just wanted to let the listeners know that they must continue to follow us. There's something happening next week, but we'll tell you more about next week. But it's quite exciting, where people, someone, somewhere, will actually win something. Will win some Blockcoins. So this is going to be exciting. Go on our website. Make sure that you participate in what is going on. Don't be left out. This is the biggest thing to happen in Africa. Blockcoin.io.
All right, thank you so much. It is the 1873 FM Drive on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon.
This is my number one hit music station.
Your number one hit music station.
It's not just a bunch of words, it's what we do.
It's who we are.